Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's me Raj. This is a Tech uh, channel, and today we'll be continuing our series on the AWS. And today we'll be discussing about the DDoS protections on AWS. Okay, it is one of the most essential security measures for the cloud-based system, so we'll be discussing on it. And for the topics, we will understand what does DDoS attack means, AWS share responsibility model, AWS service for the DDoS protection, AWS Shield in details, AWS WAF, and the best practice for the DDoS protection on AWS. Okay, so let's see. DDoS attacks are distributed denial of service is when multiple systems flood a targeted server, network, or application with enormous traffic, making it unavailable for the legitimate users. Okay, so such attacks can cause downtime, financial loss, and damage to the reputations. AWS provide a built-in service and features to detect, absorb, and mitigate DDoS attack automatically, ensuring your applications remain available and secure 24/7. So let's understand how DDoS attack actually work. Okay. Uh, in a DDoS attack, the attackers use a botnet, thousands of compromised computers to send massive amount of fake traffic to a target. Uh, there are mainly about some types of the common types that are volumetric attack, protocol attack, and application layer attack. Okay, let's talk about the volumetric attack. Uh, the volumetric attacks which flush the networks with a huge amount of the data consuming bandwidth, and protocol attack which exploit the weakness in network protocols or overwhelming services or a firewall. And in the application layer attack, uh, it is a attack in which looks like a normal user traffic but overload the application itself. For example, repeatedly sending a AWS provider provides multiple layers of protection for all this type of attack. Okay, now what is shared responsibility model? Oh, we have already discussed about this one in the previous video as well. I have made a separate video on the uh, shared responsibility model. So if you want to see it or learn about the shared responsibility models, then you can go and check out. Okay, so in these models, AWS is responsible for protecting the infrastructure that runs all of its cloud services, including the data center, servers, and networks. Okay, so client or customer, on other hands, are responsible for securing their data applications and configurations. And in the same way, the other does, we have already discussed also that the few of the responsibility for the customers, these are in blue line, these are the responsibility customers, and in orange color, those are the responsibility of the AWS. Okay, now let's see what are the services that AWS provide for the protection of the DDoS attack. Okay, one and most important thing is AWS Shield. It is the core DDoS protection service. Okay, and Shield there are two type of Shield, that is Shield Standard and Shield Advanced. Okay, Shield Standards, it provides the automatic protection for all AWS users at no extra cost, and Shield Advanced give additional detections, detailed attack with diagnostics, and 24/7 access to the AWS DDoS response team, DR, which is also known as DRT. Okay, AWS WAF means AWS Web Application Firewall. It protects web applications by filtering a malicious request before they reach your app. Uh, you can create a custom rules to block bad traffics. Amazon CloudFront as a content delivery network, CDN, is distributed traffic across a multiple edge location, absorbing large traffic spikes. Amazon Route 53, a scalable DNS service that can reroute traffic away from the unhealthy endpoint during an attack. So what is AWS Shield? Let's see AWS Shield in a detail. Okay, AWS Shield is your first line of defense. As you can see over here also, it's a first line of defense that protect everything. Okay, the shield standard protects automatically against most common DDoS attacks like sync flood or UDP reflections attack. It's a free and built into a service like a CloudFront, Route 53, elastic load balancing. For criticals or large-scale applications, Shield Advanced offers deeper protections, cost protections for the scaling during attacks, and 24/7 helps from the AWS DDoS response team, who can guide you for the real time during the incidents. So AWS Shield is like a defense force who actually stay in the borderline and protect your country. Okay, now let's talk about the AWS Web Application Firewall, which is also known as AWS WAF. Uh, uh, AWS WAF defends against the layer 7 DDoS attack. The kind that target your web applications directly. Okay, you can create a custom rules to block a suspicious traffic patterns, such as too many requests from the same IP, SQL injection attempts, or the bots. Because the web application firewalls integrates with a CloudFront and application load balancer, it can stop malicious traffic before it even reaches the servers, and saving resources and cost. Here also we can see it from the internet. Here is a PPC, and before PPC we have AWS network firewall, and before reaching your services or the server, it has to go through all of these protections, WAF, and it protects your file servers and services. Okay, let's move ahead and go to the next slide. Now let's see how is the best practices for the DDoS protection on AWS can be applied. Okay, to build a strong DDoS resilience, always combine the AWS Shield with WAF for both network and application layer protection. So AWS Shield and AWS WAF should be combined together. Distribute workload across multiple availability zones to avoid the single point of a failure. Use automatic scaling groups to automatically increase the capacity during traffic surge. Enable CloudFront staging to offload your original servers. Continuously monitor traffic using Amazon CloudWatch and VPC flow log to detect the suspicious pattern early. Okay, so these are the best practices that we can do for protection of AWS from the DDoS attack. So in the final conclusion, we can say that DDoS attacks remains a major threat to modern cloud environments. However, AWS provide a multi-layered protection through services like Shield, WAF, CloudFront, Route 53, and all of these things, all working together to absorb and mitigate attack automatically. The key is to architect your application securely, use AWS protection tools wisely, and constantly monitor your environment. With these steps, you can ensure high availability, performance, and user trust even in the face of a large scale attack. So thank you everyone for watching the video. If you have any queries or questions, let me know. If you like the video, please like, share, and subscribe.